Good morning, everyone. Andrew Schultz, Associate Broker with Realty Edge. We have just fueled up. We're on our way out to Albion, New York in Orleans County for the Orleans County Tax Auction. I'm pretty pumped about this. Close the window here so you can hear me. Pretty pumped about this auction because it's in my home county and there's a couple of properties that are actually in my hometown that I have some interest in bidding on. One of them is actually directly across the street from a house that I grew up in, a house that I'd always admired, a beautiful home, and I'm really interested to see what happens. I don't think I'm a bidder on that property unless it goes excruciatingly cheap, just because the exterior condition has deteriorated so much. And I also know that that home is owned by a hoarder, and it is stacked and packed top to bottom, so there's a lot of reasons not to jump on that one. I am shooting this with my drive cam primarily, at least the in-car footage. You'll also get to see my trip. We'll do a time lapse of the trip. It's going to take me about an hour. You'll get to see it in about 15 seconds. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So decided to grab a cigar out of the humidor before I left the house today. Today I'm going to be smoking the Romeo Añejo. This is actually one of my preferred cigars. I'm pretty excited about this one. Haven't had one in quite a bit, so we're going to light it up, give it a puff, and get moving. We just got here. I just got registered. The auctioneer's doing the terms and conditions right now. Got my bidder number, and we are good to go.
And it's easy to maintain that property. When you go out there, it's going to be about $10,000 quick. How about a 10? How about a 10,000? How about a 10? How about a 10? How about a $10,000? So give me 5. How about a 5? Give me 5,000. $5,000 out of 5. Give me a $1,000 bill. Let's go. About 1,000, maybe 12 and a half, to go 1250, 1,500, 1,750, 2,000, 22 and a half, 25, what do you mean 3, 35, 4,000, 45, 5,000, 55, 6,000, 65, 7,000, 75, 8,000, 85, 9, 95, 10, 5, 11, can you go 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 is a player, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 24, 25, I'm at a 25, and the front goes out, 25,000. I got 24 standing, got to be 25,000. These 24 were done at 25,000, but you got 25, 25, you want back in, one more lick, 24,9, 24,000 your way, 255. Here, 25 that bid video 30, I'll go 27 and a half. 25 that bid video 27.5. 25 that bid 27.5. Would you give me 26,000 and I'll work. 25 that bid video 26. 25 to 26,000 that bid 26. Nice big home. 25.6, 27. 26 that bid video 27. 26.7, now 8, 28,000, now we get 28,000. 27 and 8, that's on the barge canal. 28, 29,000, now we get 29. 28 to bid video 29, you're at home and now 30. I'm going to 30, but you get $30,000. I'm going to 30, but you get 30. You have 30, now 1, and 31, 30 and a half, 30,500, now 31. 38,500, now 31,000. How about a 31, but you get 31, you're out at home. How about a 31, but you get 31, but you get 31,000 on the barge canal at 31,000. 30,500's bid. Now 31, you got to be, but you get 31. All right. 31.5, 32.5. Can you do that? 32.5, 33.5. 33 and a half, 33 and a half, and 34 and a half, 34 and a half, and 34.5. 34.5, 34.5, yes, 34.5, 34.5, 34.5, I got 33 and a half, and now 4 and a half, nice big home, 34 and a half, 34 and a half, and now 35 and a half, and I get 35.5, you're at home again, 35.5, 36.5, 35 and a half, and 6 and a half, 35 and a half, and 6 and a half, 6 and a half, 6 and a half, from your bounce to the card, I don't know if you're bidding, 36 and a half, 35 and 6 and a half, now I know you're not, 35 and a half, 36 and a half, says no, 35.5, at home, 35.
All right, so we just wrapped up, heading back to the car. The property that I was interested in went for way more than what it rightfully should have. Didn't even get a bid in on it, unfortunately. But all in all, it was a good day. This is the first time I've come out here for the Orleans County auction. I'll definitely be coming out here. I'll definitely be coming out here again in the future for these auctions. Today, at this auction, I was kind of hanging towards the back of the room, and I saw that there was a group of people standing in front of me, and only one of them had a bidder number. And it looked to me like it was a husband and wife, and then a son and a daughter. And I could see they were starting to get antsy at one point during the auction, especially the daughter. She was starting to pace. She was starting to get nervous. And then a property came up, and I heard the mom say to the husband, the wife say to the husband, "That's Mom's house. That's Mom's house." And I saw the daughter immediately start getting emotional, because obviously that's Grandma's house. And I don't know what the circumstances were behind the house going to auction. Obviously it's on the foreclosure list because there were unpaid taxes. But you could just see that this wasn't just a house to them. This was home. This was Grandma's home. And thankfully they bid. They were up against one other person. There was some back and forth bidding, and thankfully they were able to get the house back. And you could see immediately the daughter kind of burst into tears, and actually I'm starting to get a little emotional, which is not usual for me, but I'm glad that family was able to get their home back, to save those memories. A lot of times you look at these properties as just a transaction. This is the next project. This is, the next place that we're going to rehab and rent. This is the next place that we're going to fix and flip, whatever the case may be. And you forget a lot of times that there's a real human component to this. This was someone's home. And I'm glad to see that family was able to keep their home. There were two properties that I had some interest in today. One of them was pulled before the auction took place, and the second one went for significantly more than what I was anticipating. And it's funny, I actually ran into someone I hadn't seen since high school, since I lived out here and went to school in Medina. Another guy I know, he is a real estate investor. He was actually bidding on the property as well. After the bid struck down, I saw him walking out. I stopped him and said, "Hey," and he said he came in for the one property, same property I was interested in, asked me what I thought of the price, and I said, no, it was just too much, and he said he agreed. I think that one actually went to a buyer at home. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video. I have a lot of fun going to these auctions. They're really enjoyable for me to go and see what's going on. I always try to get a good list of what the prices are, what all the lots sold for. I was able to get, I think, every price for every lot today. And I'll be publishing that information on our Facebook page as well, so that you can take a look at that. There were definitely some deals to be had out here. Sometimes there are, sometimes there aren't. It really depends on the auction. This one in particular, I felt like there were some deals to be had. Then again, a lot of these properties were pretty beat up, pretty distressed, and are going to need a lot of work to kind of get them back to full strength, I would say.